What if I told you there's settings and mods you can use in Deadlock to get major advantages for free without even having to play the game? Here's 5 settings and mods you can use to win more games for free. Mod number 1 is called Topbar Plus. If you've not heard of it, it is absolutely broken. What it does is it extends the information you have in your inventory on your HUD for free, and there's literally everything you could think of is on the screen with one button press. So first off, you can see the advantage or disadvantage you have in souls compared to the enemy team at all points in the game. This is especially useful for earn. Comeback earns start when you're behind 10% or more souls, and vice versa for the enemy. It starts when they're behind 10 or more percent souls, unless it's the first earn where it's 15%. That means right before you pick up the earn, or right before your team wants to pick up the earn, you can just look at the top of your screen. You don't even have to press anything, and you can determine if the earn is comeback, even, or if it's forward. Other than that, if you press tab, it shows you every single build on every single character in the game instantly. It also shows you how many souls per minute every character is earning, and also shows you how many souls are unspent. Which means if you see an enemy that has a lot of unspent souls, chances are they're weaker than they look like on paper, or they might even have unsecured souls that you can secure if you get a kill from them. Also shows you instantly the level ups on every single skill on every single character, their resistances, their maximum health, and much more, like something like objective damage, where you can see how little your team is doing and you can find a person to flame instantly. Other than that, if you're in a fight, it will also gray out characters on the other team that are not showing. So you can very easily tell how many people on the map are missing, which allows you to make easier decisions. Like, do I push this walker? How many people are missing? Without even having to look at the minimap. Plus, it gives you timers for mid-boss, it gives you timers for earns, it gives you timers for buffs. And when you pick up the mid-boss, it shows you a countdown of exactly how many seconds are left on your mid-boss buff, which makes decisions like, do I push their base or do we farm jungle, way easier. Every mod in this game is legal right now. Valve might down the line decide that it's not allowed anymore, but more info is better than less, and yeah, this is absolutely fucking crazy. And if you want to install it, the easiest way to do it is just Google Deadlock Mod Manager. It's a separate program that lets you install mods very easily. It's very intuitive, and you don't have to worry about like it being a complicated setup. Within 2 minutes you will have this mod installed, and it's absolutely broken. Number 1 mod I can recommend. Moving on from mods to commands you can use, and I get this question all the time. What are the health bars I am using in the game? These are actually in-game, and all you have to do is use a specific command in your console. All you do is type in this command, enter, and the next game you load in, you will get these new health bars. The upside of these health bars is you can instantly see if an enemy or an ally have ultimate without even having to look at the top of the screen, right? So if you were to fight a Geist on the enemy team, you can just look at the health bar, and if the little icon on the left is lit up, that means they have swap and you have to be careful. And if they don't, you know you can engage, right? Otherwise, I think they look way cleaner. It's way easier for me to aim at them. Some people like the old health bars because they show you how much overall health you have. But even on this health bar setting, you can very easily tell how much overall HP the enemy has by just looking at the bars. So this cleans up your profile. If you want this to be active at all times and you don't want to type this out every time you get in game, all you have to do is open your Steam, right click on properties on Deadlock, and go into launch options and type this command in launch options, and the new health bars will be always active. Next setting you definitely want to use on almost every character in almost every scenario is you go into settings, you go into global, you turn on instant cast on your abilities. What this does is it allows you to cast every single ability instantly. For most abilities in the game, you usually have to click a button and then you have to click it again to confirm, which is going to cost you valuable seconds that you could have spent like auto-attacking more or already using the next ability, right? There's very few abilities in the game that are better off on ability default. Ability default is considered very slow. It's maybe more beginner friendly, but once you get used to your abilities, you don't even need the cone indications because you know where the ability is gonna go. And what this allows you to do is just use everything instantly at all times, which is just gonna speed up your game flow and make you way more deadly in fights. You should use the same thing on items. Change the settings from item default to instant cast. What this does is, again, it will allow you to cast all your items instantly. As long as you aim at a teammate, you can cast rescue beam instantly. And for every item that is self-cast, it's one button press and you're good, right? So it's gonna allow you to be a lot faster. If you want something in between and if you still miss, like let's say you're aiming a focus lens at an enemy and you accidentally hit another enemy because you have instant cast on, you can do quick cast. What quick cast does is you just have to hold the ability button down, and as soon as you release it, it will cast on that person that you just targeted. Okay, so that's like a nice middle ground if you feel like instant cast is too fast for you and you end up missing a lot. I use instant cast on basically every character I play, on almost every ability. The only abilities I don't use it on are super essential escape tools like Wraith Teleport that can bug out very easily, where if you place it wrong, you know, on Wraith, you get stuck in a wall and you die. Next setting, and we're staying in the settings menu. What you want to do is you want to put your dash on an alternate key, and usually this is V. What this helps with is there is a tech called instant air dash in this game, which allows you to dash faster than just a normal dash. Most people, when they first start out playing the game, they use dashes a lot. What instant air dash is you want to press spacebar and then immediately after press the dash button, okay? And if you look at your keyboard, for most people, if you hover your thumb over your spacebar, which I'm assuming is your jump key, V is right above it. So all you have to do, press spacebar and V at the same time, and it will always be an instant air dash, right? So this is not cheating, it's not a macro. You're using both buttons, but it's very easy to do. You just roll your thumb over your spacebar into your V, and you can perform an instant air dash. And I can just show you real quick how consistent this is for me. All you have to do is hold spacebar or press spacebar, and then instantly after press the V key, and it's gonna allow you to do very consistent instant air dashes. And this is what a lot of the pros are using on stream, by the way, where their movement looks really impressive. I didn't know this until last week, until Guba told me. I'm now suddenly a movement pro without having really practiced any like instant air dashes at all, because, you know, like you can't really miss it. And then you can do movement like that where you just see people fly across the map. Pro tip here, by the way, bonus tip, I'm not a movement god, but if you perform these instant air dashes, you always want to go to the side 45 degrees. This accelerates. The way the acceleration in Steam games works or in Valve games works is it works better if you alternate the from left to right instead of going forward, right? So what you can do is that this is why you see a lot of pros do like left to right instant air dashes, where they do one left, one right, and then that way you just keep the velocity and you can get from point A to point B really quickly. And this might look hard at the start, but it's like actually very easy to pull off. And last but not least, something that is really basic, but what I see a lot of people miss, you can auto queue and auto buy items when at the shop. At the start of the game, you enable this, and once it's enabled once, it should be enabled always. And what this does is, as soon as you are at the shop, it will auto buy these items for you. So all you have to do is walk to the shop with your queue, and if you have enough money, it will buy the items one by one. If you want to, you can also auto queue the entire build, but I don't like doing that because sometimes I need extra regen, sometimes I need situational items, right? So I queue them up manually, but as soon as I go to the shop, I will instantly buy and not lose any time. Super useful, especially if you're being chased and you have unsecured souls and you want to get buys off before dying, right? You can run to like the secret shop, for example, have your items queued up and just sit there for a second and instantly buy the items before you die. And that's 5 tips that will make you better at Deadlock without really having to practice anything, right? Like all you have to do is put these on and it will give you an advantage in basically every game. I hope that was useful. If you want to see more of those, check out my other guides. We are covering everything on this channel from the basics. We just released a 2-part really in-depth macro guide that you should check out, both for farming, how to farm efficiently and how to fight efficiently. And next up, we're going to do a laning guide, and I'm also working on the best build for every hero in the game, updated for this patch. If you're new to Deadlock, hi. I'm the guy that people hate, even though I'm Eternal 6. I don't know why I said that. That's a cringe outro. Roll the clips. Boo!